Hi, so today's Make It Tonight Monday is an oldie but a goodie, going back to issue 96. And I love this recipe and I still make it with a little modification here and there. It's pasta with roasted cauliflower, arugula, and prosciutto. And I've made it many, many times throughout the years and modified it to the way my family likes to eat it. And that's kind of what you should do. Although I do always say, do try a recipe the way it was written first and then make it your own. Here we go. I'm going to go through the ingredients, we're going to go through the process, and we're going to get this thing going. I have about 2 cups of grape tomatoes. I modified it a little bit because I love the heirloom tomatoes and a mix of colors. Pepper, of course. We have salt, sage, 4 garlic cloves, but you know, I love garlic, so I'm going to add a few more. 6 slices of prosciutto, which I am omitting because my family is now mostly vegetarian. 12 ounces of orecchiette pasta, 5 ounces, about 5 cups of baby arugula, and a little grated cheese for later on. Oil, a little bit of oil on the sheet, right, rim sheet tray. A little salt and pepper. Use my hands to toss it. I've got the oven on 425. Rack is on the center of the oven, and we're going to roast this. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to put my pasta water up to boil. As you see, it's been going for a bit. Now I'm going to salt it generously. We always call for well-salted water, and I know it looks like I'm putting in a lot. The pasta really needs to be flavored. And actually it doesn't absorb as much as you would think. Once the water comes to a boil, I'm gonna put my orecchiette in to cook. Once the vegetables are roasted, they're coming out of the oven, and we'll take this to the next step. So my pasta has been cooked and I've returned it to the pot. I've saved some of the cooking water. My arugula and cheese are ready to go. Now I'm just waiting another minute for the cauliflower and the tomatoes to finish. I also added to the sheet pan the garlic and sage. You'll see that in the oven right now. Again, I did not include the prosciutto because my family is mostly vegetarian these days, and I always try to make people happy and cook the way people like. So I think right now I'm about ready to take cauliflower out of the oven. And here it is. Loosen it from the pan a little bit. I want to make sure to scrape all the juices in with everything else because there's so much flavor in that. You know, I'm going to put the arugula on top of the pasta first because the heat of the cauliflower and tomatoes is going to wilt it, and that's kind of what I want. I really don't like to cook arugula because it's already kind of delicate and it doesn't really require much more than wilting. Here we go. To this I'm going to add some cheese. It's about 3/4 of a cup. And some of the pasta water. Then I'm going to just stir that together. But the pasta water is going to really act as a sauce as the cheese melts and the tomatoes burst. And of course the arugula is going to wilt too. I'm going to put a little bit more pasta water in. And there we go. It looks like it's really coming together nicely. Taste this before plating it. Adjust your salt and pepper. You might want a little bit more cheese. I always like to finish with a little drizzle of olive oil. Just take it over here. I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil on top. And we're good to go.